The advice for staying active after 50 has been pretty simple, right? Just be careful, stick to low-impact routines. But what if that well-meaning advice is actually quietly setting you up for weakness?
I know, it sounds kind of backward. It goes against everything we've been told. But the science is showing that a maintenance-only approach can let our most powerful muscles just go dormant. And that leads to a whole host of problems we just tend to blame on aging.
Get this. Research shows that a staggering 68% of chronic lower back pain in adults over 50 is directly linked to weak glute muscles. So the cause isn't just wear and tear, it's that we have these forgotten muscles that aren't doing their job anymore.
Okay, so this brings us to our first really big idea. We need to unpack the myth of safe exercise. And specifically, why just walking, while definitely good for you, might not be the protective shield we all think it is.
We're all told to just go for a walk. And look, it is good for you, but walking alone doesn't really challenge your glutes, and those are your body's powerhouse. So over time, that neglect forces other weaker muscles, like those in your lower back, to pick up the slack. And that's what leads to instability and pain.
This data from the University of Waterloo is absolutely fascinating. It shows walking only activates about 32% of your main glute muscle. That means 2/3 of your body's largest muscle is just left untapped. You know, it's like trying to power your entire house with only 1/3 of the lights on.
And this quote just captures the risk perfectly. The American Council on Exercise even says that poor hip and glute strength is a top predictor of falls. So being careful is one thing, but being strong, that's what truly protects you.
But here's the really empowering news. This is completely reversible. We're going to rebuild from the ground up with a countdown of 5 essential joint-safe exercises that physical therapists absolutely trust to reactivate these crucial muscles. All right, coming in at number 5, the step up. I know it seems super basic, right? But believe me, it's one of the most honest tests of functional, real-world strength that there is. Just think about it for a second. Every single time you climb a flight of stairs or step up onto a high curb, you are performing a step up. It's a daily test of your ability to lift your entire body weight with just one leg. So when that starts to feel difficult, it's a really clear signal that your glutes just aren't doing their job. Now, to do it safely, you want to start with a low step. And please, use a chair or a wall for balance. The goal here is building strength, not testing your balance. The real key is to press up through your front heel and consciously give that glute a good squeeze at the top. Okay, let's move on to number 4. This one is the glute kickback. Now, it looks incredibly simple, but I'm telling you, its effect on your posture and your back health is profound.
This whole movement is about training proper hip extension. See, your glutes are designed to be the main muscles that straighten your hip. But when they're weak, your lower back muscles try to compensate, and that leads to that chronic, nagging pain and stiffness. So the kickback literally retrains your brain to fire the right muscle for the job, which protects your spine.
The key here, and I mean the entire key, is form. Stand behind a chair for support. As you lift one leg straight back, really focus on keeping your spine completely neutral. You've got to avoid that temptation to arch your back. It is not about how high you lift your leg. It's all about squeezing that glute at the top of the movement for a solid second or two.
So we've started to wake up those main glute muscles. Awesome. Now, let's start to target the deep core stabilizers, the ones that are absolutely critical for balance and pain-free movement.
Coming in at number 3, we've got the glute bridge. And you want to know the best part? It is one of the single most powerful moves you can do while lying down. Can't beat that.
So you're going to lie on your back with your knees bent, feet flat on the floor. From there, you just lift your hips until your body forms a perfectly straight line from your shoulders to your knees. The really crucial point here is to avoid overarching your back. Squeeze your glutes hard at the top for a few seconds, then lower down nice and slow. This move just isolates the glutes beautifully.
And the results? Well, they're pretty incredible. One 8-week study found that people who consistently did glute bridges saw a 42% drop in chronic back pain and a 35% boost in their mobility. I mean, that's the power of reactivating the right muscles.
All right, coming in hot at number 2 is another one of these deceptive moves, the seated band abduction. This little exercise targets those often neglected side glutes, which are your key stabilizers.
See, these muscles, the gluteus medius and minimus, they're basically your body's side anchors. They stabilize your pelvis every single time you take a step, and that prevents that hip wobble that can lead to knee and hip pain down the line. In fact, research shows that hip abduction strength is the #1 predictor of your ability to recover from a trip or a slip. It's that important.
And that brings us to our #1 move. Now, this is the one most people avoid because, honestly, it looks pretty advanced. But when you scale it correctly, it is perhaps the ultimate functional strength builder there is.
So why is it so misunderstood? Well, it's because it challenges your strength, your stability, and your balance all at once, which, when you think about it, mimics the exact demands of real life.
And don't just take my word for it. It comes with some really high praise. Physical therapist Dr. Andrew Lockock calls it one of the most effective movements out there for correcting your gait and reactivating the glutes. It's the Bulgarian split squat. Now, stay with me. I know, the name is super intimidating, but the bodyweight supported version of this is an incredibly safe and potent tool for building single leg strength and stability.
Okay, here's how we make it safe. You're going to rest your back foot on a low chair or a step, and this is crucial. Use another chair or a wall in front of you for balance. Then, you lower down only as far as it feels comfortable and controlled. Depth is not the goal here, control is. Then, you just press through that front heel to stand back up.
So let's just step back for a moment. These 5 moves, they're not about becoming some kind of gym hero. They're about being foundation builders. They're about moving better, standing taller, and just living with a heck of a lot more confidence.
And I really want you to remember this powerful truth. It is never too late. Science shows us again and again that we can rebuild muscle and restore our movement patterns at any age, and often much faster than we think is possible.
The rules of the game really do change after 50. It's no longer about pushing through pain or chasing some intense workout. Your body now rewards consistency over intensity and precision over just sheer pressure.
And for me, this really is the bottom line. This isn't about vanity, it's about independence. It's about having the confidence to trust your body again, To get up from a chair without a second thought, and to just keep doing the things that make you, you.
Your next chapter begins the very moment you decide to move with intention. So the only question left is, are you ready?